It never gets old, man. Happy Veterans Day, first and foremost, to not only you, Harvey, but to everybody out there. Thank you so much. That's all I can say, really. I'll turn it over to you, Harvey.
So, happy Veterans Day to everybody. I just kind of want to run through how it came about so everybody understands. On the 11th hour, the 11th day, the 11th month of 1918, World War I came to an end after 4 brutal years of fighting. 1 year later, America dedicated November 11th as Armistice Day to celebrate the peace and the veterans who fought to make the world a safe place. So, for me, I think it's given us this opportunity to be on a podcast, give us our opinion on things, and just be free, be yourself. And I appreciate that from everybody from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. And that's all I got, Jerry. I mean, I'm kind of getting emotional a little bit, but I really do appreciate it.
And I'm pretty sure I speak for all those that are not able to communicate with you. Thank you so much, Harvey. I mean, I know that you've been serving for many years and still active military. And I know it's not easy on you, and I know it's not easy on your family, but we thank you and we salute you. My son, Joshua, also, he's a part of the Air Force, so I want to give him a little shout out. Thank you, son, for choosing to serve your country. So it's crazy, right? But let's get back into what we've been talking. I mean, for those that have been along the ride with us for quite some time this week, I mean, we've kind of gone through, we've broken down, the offense of the Green Bay Packers, right? Because we're in a great position. I mean, number one, is just a great time. I mean, the holidays are around the corner, and I really do feel it for those that don't get to enjoy, but just try to immerse yourself in the music. I know that sometimes that Christmas music it's too early to hear, but man, it's a great time. I mean, we got Thanksgiving that's coming around. Hopefully, you get to enjoy it with your family or some friends. And then of course, Christmas. I mean, what a time, right? And then that definitely right now, football is at its peak. And right now the Cowboys are in a great situation right now to make a deep push. It's been 26 years, man, for us Cowboy fans, right? And some of the topics we talked about were pretty good. We did a breakdown of the Packers offense. We did a breakdown of the Packers defense, and then we talked a little bit about the coaching and whatnot. Is there anything you want to add to that, Harvey?
No, just I think the biggest thing is, all the breakdowns that we did as far as the players and everything that's going on. I'm just getting kind of anxious to see what's going to happen. And then obviously the Zeke, and he might play, he might not. I mean, it's just kind of, I think he should rest, but we'll get into it. I mean, the biggest thing is I'm just anxious to see how the Cowboys are going to play. Really, that's the biggest thing for me.
I mean, me too, man. I'm super excited. I know we've been, I mean, the OBJ suspense, I mean, it's only getting better and better too, right? I mean, it looks like it might actually come to existence. It picked up steam when it started off with Coach Mike McCarthy saying, how Odell has always, he's been a big fan of Odell. And then we heard Jerry Jones talk about Odell on his segment on 105.3 The Fan. And then, comes Zeke. They asked Zeke about it. Zeke says, "Hey, man, we want Odell." And then yesterday we heard Dak talk about it. We heard CeeDee Lamb talk about it, and we heard Michael Gallup talk about it. The only one that's missing is that pesky Stephen Jones, right? The one that calls the shots, I guess, right now when it comes to actually signing somebody. But I actually have a video. I have an audio clip. I'm sorry, not a video, but I have an audio clip, and I'll go ahead and play that right now, and we can all hear what his thoughts are on it, right?
He can go anywhere he wants in terms of all 32, but we want to make our compelling case, and certainly at the end of the day, it's about business as well. So we'll just roll up our sleeves and see if there's an opportunity for us to put a star on Odell's helmet.
Ooh, man. Smiley, let's go, baby. Let's go. Hey, Smiley's my boy too. We've been talking about it, and I know Von Miller has been trying to get Odell. I know even Sean McVay, right, from the Rams head coach, he's been trying to get him over here. But man, this is a full court press, and to have Stephen Jones say, we're going to try to take advantage of this opportunity, that speaks volumes right there. That means that they're active. But luckily we have this thing called Twitter, right? Freedom of speech. So it does say on there, Jane Slater, who's an excellent Cowboys beat reporter. She says, for those wondering about why there is so much talk and no action on the OBJ front, a source with knowledge of the situation told her Dallas is absolutely a possibility, but OBJ is waiting for a cleaner playoff picture before making any moves. Also, Cowboys need to check out his knee. So we know, obviously, he had a great run as far as he had a great run with the Rams, and he wasn't, no diva. He was getting to work. He knew that Cooper Kupp was the number one on that team, and he just did his job. And honestly, I think if you add that to the offense we have, I mean, Harvey, just tell everybody what would Odell do for our offense?
I mean, I said it before, he would do a lot. But anybody to think that Jerry, they still need to check his knee and do, come on, the Cowboys are already doing their homework. Either that or they've done it. There's no doubt about it. Jerry wants to win a Super Bowl. He's not getting any younger, and I think he wants to do it now. And with Steven saying that, it's just more fuel to the fire. Everybody knows that we're going after OBJ. That's just what it is. This is the team to win the Super Bowl because of that defense. We add a piece to him. I mean, it's just it's the missing piece to the puzzle, and that's it. That's all I can say. We're gonna.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think if anything, you have to respect him, regardless of his knee injury or not. You have to respect him on the field. And you know what? When the Cowboys want to run, they're not going to be able to stack. They're not going to be able to stack it, right? So the good thing is that we got Tony Pollard who could just break. He could break a 60, 70 yarder on you, and you wouldn't even know, right, in the blink of your eye. That's the type of playmaker. And then at the end, we can just have Zeke just kind of pound it. But let's talk about some of that, right? Because now the final injury reports, they're starting to really shape out the Sunday game. Remember, we're talking about it, 37 degrees. That's why if you guys are just tuning in right now, you need to stay focused, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications. It'll let you know when we go live. Got a question here. Ram, hey, obviously I see you. Happy Veterans Day to you. With OBJ injuries, do you see him more of a number 2 wide receiver? And how would you rate Gallup and Lamb? Man, honestly, I think that CeeDee Lamb kind of said that very well, right? He said when he came in as a rookie, technically they had 3 number 1s. I think that was actually CeeDee Lamb's actual. If I would have known, Ram, you would ask me that question. I would have actually been able to pull up the actual quote. But I think if anything, we learned a lot from Odell, especially last season. I mean, we didn't see that him, the diva that we saw earlier on in his career, right? With Odell, after the catch, he became a rock star. And, we saw him fight with Josh Norman several times in one game. I think that thing was out of control. We saw him slam his helmet against what was it, the kicking net? And I mean, we saw a lot of that stuff. But last year, we saw somebody that was focused and determined to get a Super Bowl ring, and that's what he did. So, I think that with OBJ, I think that he would play a very similar role as he did with the Rams. He understands that, he doesn't need to be that number 1 for us, although he will get that attention. I mean, Harv, what do you think?
So for the question, number 2, I wouldn't even put Odell number on Odell. I think all 3 of them just can play. They can't play every position. I think CeeDee Lamb can play every position. I think Odell can as well. Gallup a little bit more on the outside, but I don't think you put a number. You just put him on the field. Just put him on the field and find the mismatch. Dak pre-snap will find that mismatch of whatever they're trying to do and go with that. That'll probably be his first read, depending on the play and what's his primary receiver, right? But it doesn't matter who's number 1, number 2, number 3.
I think right now that's kind of like it looks like that's been the approach. We've heard in the past, and somebody said it. I can't really give them credit, but I wish I could give you credit. But they were saying, how we've had running back by committee recently in recent years. Well, it looks like the Cowboys are kind of doing a wide receiver by committee type of week in, week out type deal. We've seen some moments where CeeDee Lamb has had, 2 phenomenal games this season. He hasn't broken the 100-yard barrier, but it's kind of hard. Dak is barely getting his feet under him. He's barely getting his arm back. So I would expect, all the wide receivers, including tight end Dalton Schultz, Jake Ferguson, or what's their nickname? Tell them what.
Ferguson, baby.
Ferguson. Man, that rookie duel looks good, man. I'm sorry if Dalton Schultz is not a part of the Dallas Cowboys next year, but I think we're set with Ferguson, man. Them two. I love the way Ferguson, the way he blocks. I mean, he's trying to pancake everybody on every block. It's amazing to see that kind of effort. But just kind of running out the okay, hold on. Ram. Is Dallas' best offense 3 tight end formation or 3 wide receivers? Oh man, that's a great question.
You know what? I would have to say if you look at all the running plays, the top running plays, who's blocking? The Fergie shots.
The Fergie shots.
Yeah, the big plays are 3 tight end. Passing, I don't think the only time we've really seen it is in the end zone on red zone. So I mean, they really haven't implemented throughout the drive. It's more of a running, and then once they get down to the goal line, they'll run that pass play. But and just that's an interesting question. That it really is, because what if we do run it a little bit more during the drive, and have everybody suck in and then take the Fergus shots down the field? We'll see, but yeah, that's a really good question. I would have to say the 3 tight end.
Yeah, I mean,
tight end.
Look at last week's. Look at how, I mean, it didn't take Tony Pollard it didn't take Tony Pollard that much to get going, right? And we saw when the success. I mean, look at Ferguson, look at Terrence Steele, the way the offensive line and those tight ends work together to open those lanes. 0 blitz. What's up, Walt? I just chimed in. What's the topic, man? Right now, what we're doing, we were recapping what we've talked about the entire week, right? Which is the we covered Packers offense. We did say earlier, you can always go back and watch that for any of those that are chiming in. You can always you can go back the Cowboys Cast. The link is actually on the actual Facebook bio. And of course, all the little cut ups that we do. I hope you guys appreciate that stuff. It's been, I think this 40, I woke up to, I woke up to a lot of people text messaging me and messaging me saying like, that was a funny, the little snip cut up I did of one of our previous, it was 2 days ago episode of if we lose, obviously, I'm going to be asking questions about Mike McCarthy, right? Because Mike McCarthy should know this Packers team. Well, more Aaron Rodgers than anybody. We talked about Packers offense. We talked about their defense. And then, of course, we've been talking about OBJ, how it's a real possibility he may be a Cowboy pretty soon after this week, I believe. And of course, the injuries that we've been seeing. We've been keeping an eye on the injuries. And it's going to be 37 degrees. It's estimated to be 37 degrees. We'll have the wind chill factor come Sunday, when when people are actually on the field able to see. I would still like to see Turpin go deep, see what he can do, man. You know what? That is actually something that me and Harvey have talked about. I shared the video with you. He's dunking like crazy at 5 foot. Yeah. What is he? 5'9", 5'10"? We've seen him dunk, he has the hops. So, right now they're still using him as a gadget type player and of course, kickoff and punt return. And it's unfortunate because he looks like he's one play away from just breaking it and making this offense a completely different offense that we haven't seen in years. So it's official. It's OBJ with the Cowboys, man. We just played that clip. Josh, he says not yet. Yeah, not yet, man. But if we win, I think that with the victory on Sunday against the Packers, which we talked about this, should we be, banking on our defense, or can we not count, or is it too early to count out Aaron Rodgers? And Harvey, we both kind of said it. You could say your piece, and I'll say mine about A-Rod.
Hey, Rod, I appreciate it. You're gonna be a Hall of Fame time. We're gonna put you away on Sunday, man. We're gonna put you away. Hey, the talks might be coming. Where's love at? Where's the love? And I'm not talking about like heart love. I'm talking about the quarterback.
Yeah,
The backup
Jordan
might be playing on, after Sunday, but we'll see. That's my take on it.
Let's see here. Alex, good to hear from you. Report Tyron Smith 2 weeks out. I'm excited about that. Man, we talked about that. That was a great topic too, man. What do you do? I mean, these are great problems for any NFL team. And no, not right now, currently in the NFL, nobody has these problems, man. Nobody does. I mean, we literally Tyron Smith is coming back. At this point, if James Washington also, which he had some good years with the Steelers. Unfortunately, it wasn't the year that he had in the middle of his time with the Steelers. But I think that a lot of it is for James Washington to return. It's going to be banking on OBJ, I think, if anything. But yeah, I mean, I think we talked about, if Tyron Smith is back, do you plug him in at left tackle, move Tyler to the left guard, Tyler Biadasz at center, right guard, Zach Martin, Terrence Steele at right tackle? Harvey, I know. I'll let you chime. What'd you say? I mean, you said it. You said it best.
Hey, don't fix nothing that ain't broken, man.
Ooh,
I'm just being honest. Don't fix something that ain't broken. And I hate to say that because they're paying Tyrone a lot of money. That left tackle rookie Smith, man, is playing so well.
He is. Man. It's hard.
It's hard to deny that, and then to move him back into a guard position where he couldn't even beat McGovern from what the rumors are saying. So I will tell you, like I said before in the previous show, I don't want to be the coach that makes that decision, because if it doesn't work out for you, you're going to have a lot of Cowboys upset.
This is the time that I like Jerry Jones to make those decisions, right? Because it doesn't fall back on anybody but Jerry Jones. Let's see what Walt says here. I think it's over for Aaron. The team is more than just a wide receiver away, and Father Time has put a hand on Aaron. So I have a clip. So I'm sorry for those. Make sure your kids are not watching where they are. Just cover their ears, right? But what Walter just said right now was
basically, fuck them.
So yeah, I mean, I think that A-Rod has broken the Dallas Cowboys' hearts for many years, and he's broken Detroit Lions fans for many years. He's done it to every freaking team. So I think right now the biggest thing that we saw, and we, when we did that little deep dive, is that right now there's no real identity to that offense. It looks like Aaron Rodgers still wants to put that team on his shoulders. Yeah, you want to hear the clip again? If you want to hear the clip again, let me know. Well, but Aaron Rodgers is trying to put the team on his shoulders and show that you can play as long as Tom Brady has played, which we're kind of seeing how Tom Brady is playing right now. And I'll tell you this: I would like to see an NFC playoff without Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. That would be a blessing, man. I'll tell you that much right now. But before we start getting any deeper, the final injury report right now for Green Bay. This is for the Dallas Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott is questionable. We actually heard him actually say it in his press conference. He doesn't know yet, and that's something that's so unique, something that I've always been very proud of. Zeke is guy just doesn't get hurt, man. He turns a negative 1 yard into a positive 2-3 yards. He's always pushing himself forward. He's always done a great job as far as excelling and allowing this running game to pick up steam. But Ezekiel Elliott is questionable, so don't be disappointed if he's out. Anthony Barr has been officially ruled out. I believe that was a topic of conversation from all Cowboys content creators and anybody that's been talking about the Dallas Cowboys is about Anthony Barr. And does that mean we're going to see a full go of Damone Clark, right? The exciting the exciting linebacker that we drafted in the 5th round, which, his story is just phenomenal. It's just crazy I believe it was a spinal fusion. So,
Yep.
anytime you're talking about the neck back area, that's not ever an easy thing to deal with. But, he's fast, man. And we saw him save that he saved that touchdown when Justin Fields broke he broke that outside run. You just saw him. I think they clocked him at 22.5 miles an hour, which is unhuman-like, I believe.
So Jerry, the thing is, he's coming off an injury and he ran 22
And a
off
half.
an injury.
Almost 23.
I'm just, that's crazy.
Hey, Sam Williams is a go, baby. Sam Williams, the other impressive rookie that the Cowboys. I mean, hats off, man, to Will McClay for doing an amazing job finding the talent in every round and constructing the team that the offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator need to allow them to go right. And man, Sam Williams is back. You get Sam Williams to crash in there and mess up the whole timing of the offensive line. That's going to free up Damone Clark, which, like you said, with the speed, what do you expect, Harvey?
Damone Clark, man, I can't wait to watch. I hope he plays the whole game and Michael Parsons just plays defensive end. I mean, that's how I'm anticipating this guy's going to have a great game. He's very fast. So to me, some of the mistakes that he might make in the NFL, he can make them up because he's so fast and so quick. Just like Micah. Like Micah said, Micah at 60% is 100% for some people. and I think Clark is that guy. He's the same way. I think if he makes a mistake, he can make it up with his quickness and his speed. And one of the plays I saw, a lineman tried to come down and block him, and he ran right past him because he was so fast. So, and that's what they call it. This game is going so fast with the pass game and everything. And I think we're going to benefit a lot coming down, these couple of weeks coming down at the end of the year. But I am so excited to see this guy play, man. I mean, we will see, right? And I hope people watch him. What number is he, Jerry?
Number 33.
33. So look out for 33, man, on this game. He might have a lot of reps. We're going to see him playing some great ball, I think. So we will see.
So Walt, for those that don't know, Walt is a part of the East West fam. Back over here. I'm sorry, I was pointing at the start.
Zero blitz.
It's Detroit's Ave, right? So make sure
Detroit Ave.
Yeah, make sure you guys go check out that for your Detroit Lions content. He's on YouTube. Hey, throw your plugs in the chat, and I'll bring him out. Walt. But Damone Clark is a hell of a player. Would have been a first-round pick if it wasn't for the health. And you know what? You're absolutely right. We talked about this during the week. Number 18 is you can't just get number 18 at LSU. It has to be earned, and you have to earn it, number one, and then you have to be selected by LSU previous grades from LSU for you to wear that number. So it's in there. So I tell you this, that's why it's so exciting. Is I am expecting a win because the Packers right now, they're banged up. Rashawn Gary, their leading sack. They're their leading sack or edge rusher, right? He's leading the Packers in sacks, 6.5 sacks. He's officially out on IR. I hate it when players like that play their hearts out go on IR. Any player that goes out, it's unfortunate. They're starting cornerback and former first rounder from a year ago, Eric Stokes, is out, and Devondre Campbell, their leading tackler on that defense, also been rolled out. Some names that will, I think I expect David Bakhtiari. I think that was one of the names that we were eyeing on. He was limited, very limited yesterday in his practice, and he had a limited practice. He's dealing with a knee injury, and then I'm sorry to kind of look in here because I'm looking at it from my notes here. Elton Jenkins also, and Preston Smith, but they were both full goals at their practices. But again, we will have a final injury report come Sunday. But this is what both teams have already ruled these players out come this Sunday. it's an exciting game. The one thing that I'm pretty sure, I'm looking forward to is number one, the victory. Number two, the breakdown. Right, seeing what this defense can do with the future at hand. When I say the future, I'm talking about not only Micah Parsons but Sam Williams, Damone Clark, Deron Bland. It's a great mixture. I love what DQ Dan Quinn, our defensive coordinator, is doing for the Dallas Cowboys. And man, it's a great time for the Cowboys right now. Anything to add?
No, I'm just excited. The biggest thing is the weather. I'm still with that. What is the weather gonna be like?
37 degrees.
And the reason I'm saying that is because also in the playoffs, depending on who wins or loses, are we gonna play outside? Are we playing inside? So it kind of gives us a test of our team of what they're gonna be like in the weather as well, because the weather sometimes plays a huge factor in the playoffs. So we will see. I think it's gonna be a fun one. The only reason I say that is because more than likely we're gonna win. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But if we do, we will have some major issues, and it's going to be all over the news. But this is going to be an easy game, I believe. The other thing is, Jerry, I hope I don't mean bad on anybody, but I hope Zeke does not play. I think we need him for the Vikings the following week. But we will see. Zeke is a tough dude, and he wants to win. He's a winner. So other than that, but the other thing I will leave you with is we don't talk much about, and we need to someday, is Donovan Wilson.
Yes,
I hope he plays. I think he had an illness, right? Some kind of illness or
I think it was
something like that. Yeah.
He was having something to do with his tooth. And man, I mean, I know some people that have struggled with their teeth.
But yeah, but if you watch the game and you're a true football fan, I know we got Micah Parsons, Sam Williams, all those guys and Trayvon Diggs. But I think the heartbeat of this team is Donovan Wilson. He does the dirty work. He does the plays that not are in highlights, but takes them to fourth down. I think he's that type of player. He comes from the top inside the box, plays the run very aggressively. He blitzes. He does all the dirty things, and I don't think he takes enough credit for it. So I'm trying to give him credit, but that's my final thoughts on the game, and we will see you guys.
It would be nice, right? Just to kind of add to what you said, it'd be nice if we kind of re-sign him to one of them nice little 3-year contracts that we've been able to do for Jordan Lewis and Anthony Brown. So, I mean, that's it for us. I just want to say again, happy Veterans Day to those. Thank you so much for your service. Thank you so much for tuning in. And those that are on, please share, subscribe. You got to hit the subscribe button, and make sure you turn on notifications because it'll tell you when we go live. Normally we're in the evenings, so we allow all the dust to settle, and then we're able to kind of come in there and then feed you. But also stay tuned. On Sunday we're gonna have our first kickoff show, and I have an announcement to make. We're gonna have a giveaway, so I hope that you guys really tune in. We got a last minute comment. Jerry Tillery, an option for the Cowboys after his release. Woof. I will say this, Alex, you obviously are a draft guy. You obviously pay attention to your college players, right? Jerry Tillery played for Notre Dame. I believe his measurables were very unique, right, for his skill set. He's a defensive tackle, a very long defensive tackle, very tall one. I guess similar to Khalil Campbell, right, who I think is very well known for people that are out there. I think that was kind of a lot of his things, but right now, I think it's kind of hard for the Cowboys to really pick up, players right now, because if we pick up a player, we have to release a player. And right now, it's hard to let go of our depth that we have right now. Oh, man. Let's see. Walt's giving us a prediction.
Okay.
Cowboys 30-10. Woo, man. They're 5 point. They're right now 5 point. I believe they're 5 point. They're projected. The Packers are 5 point underdogs in this game, or 4.5 underdogs in this game. But I appreciate the prediction. I will give my prediction on Sunday. I know it's a win, but but I'm not really finalized on the actual score. But we want to say thank you all for tuning in. Like I said, happy Veterans Day. Like, share, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. And until Sunday, thank you guys. Have a